have the resources, has all it has, all it needs. So where we are is not where we should be. So we have a president that has, because one of the things I always tell people that it's not enough to know the problems. How do you intend to tackle it? And we have been, trying to reach out as part of the media team too. We have been reaching out to the people to see this is the solution he's profiling. In the area of oil theft, this is what he believes we should do. To fight to fight corruption, this is what we should do.
Now,
How can Nigeria, for God's sake, not have a functional refinery?
Okay, Mr. Ojastope, I want to act as an advocate for Nigerians now. Devil's advocate.
Okay.
Now, Nigeria seems to know the presidential candidate of the APC, Adebayo Tinubu. Virtually every man on the street knows him. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, virtually every man on the street knows him. Peter Obi seems to be the beautiful bride in the block now, being known. What is your presidential candidate doing to be seen? Because it seems as if we have just 3 political parties in Nigeria and others.
Well, it is normal, and we still have 5 solid months before the election. And, in politics, 24 hours is a very long time.
Do you think your party can make a change and beat what those political parties have been doing to be seen?
Of course. Like I told you, we have started. Why other ones seem so more popular is because they are not freshers. They've been in the political sphere for some time.
Okay.
That's just it.
That's different.
They are not new breed.
Okay.
So for a new breed, he must have more penetrating media projection. That's just it. And he has started. And I believe very strongly that in the next 4-5 weeks, the narration is going to
change. The election would be declared open. I mean, the campaign will be declared open by September 20 or 22? 28. Now, if you say that by that time you will be able to convince Nigeria to vote for you, now let's say perhaps your presidential candidate changes his mind at the end of the day, do you think it might change narratives by asking his supporters and his political party to support a particular candidate to win the election?
I don't believe so. When as a candidate, if a candidate that will do that, you see from the body language, how he's managing his campaign. This one is just there to negotiate or to bargain. But when you're beginning to talk categorically about solutions, how you want to provide solutions to the problems, bedeviling your people, that this one is not just a pretender.
Okay, now, Mr. Ojasope, just recently, Nigerian Bar Association held a debate where we had let me say about 3 or 4 presidential candidates didn't show up, but the major ones showed up. Your presidential candidate was at the debate. Now, if I may ask, do you think that debate is a true test of the capacity and ability of any candidate?
Yes, I believe so. It's part of it. Because you must be able to articulate what you have in stock to deliver to your people. You must be. Yes, you may not be fluent, you may not be eloquent, but you must have a blueprint, something you want to communicate to your people. Just like in marketing, you can't be deaf and dumb and you want to succeed in marketing. For God's sake, you must be able to communicate. Look at beggars. They always have their strategy. They stay at a strategic location to beg. And everyone, you see the successful beggars too, they have something they have adopted. So you must be able to communicate to your prospective voters. You have to. What do you have to offer? What are you bringing to the table? Because you have competitors. Or you call them opponents. You have opponents. Opponents too are talking. You all must talk. And that is why it makes it a civil contest. We must communicate. And the more you are able to communicate to the people with the people and convince them, the better for you.
Now,
so that's the essence of it.
Still talking debate, Mr. Ajasokwe, if here in Oyo State, bodies come together to say that politicians going for one political post or the other should have a debate, would you attend the debate?
I think you should be able to answer that for me now. This is what we are doing now. If I can come to your radio station, I've been a radio man.
This is not a debate.
And I've been a public affairs analyst.
This is not a debate.
Why will I shy away?
A debate might
why
be.
Will I shy away from a debate?
A debate might be to even sometimes get you angry.
Even from what we have discussed this morning, my emphasis on communication, convincing the people. So I attach importance to debate. Call me to debate with anybody. Come, even if it is beyond the scope of my constituency, call me to debate for anybody. I have always loved debate from my secondary school days. So debate should be part of it. You must be able to articulate. You must be able to discuss and even argue, politely, even with your opposition, so that people know the kind of thing you are made up of. You are going to the House of Assembly, you are going to argue there, you are going to debate there, you are going to talk and make motions, you are going to lobby among your colleagues. So you must be able to talk. Okay. You must be able to articulate your points.
There is this school of thought that Nigeria is having too much of politicians at both the red chamber and the green chamber. That is the Senate and the House of Representatives. Do you also believe in that?
Well, I believe that the amount expended on our politicians, the budgetary provision for the National Assembly and generally to take care of the politicians is too much.
Okay.
I believe very much. But the bicameral legislature at the National Assembly, I think, is more like a repetition of functions
between the House of Representatives and National Assembly.
Because
I mean,
for every committee in the Senate, you have the
same committee in the House of Representatives.
So the Senate will pass a bill. The Senate the
House of Representatives
will have to also, make contributions and also pass the same bill before it becomes an act and all this. So I believe it's a repetition, is a waste of money. But that is what the Constitution,
is saying for now.
And the only thing we can do is to look at how, as elected representative, can make it worthwhile for your people. That's why the area of accountability comes in. What is meant for the people should be for the people, and it must be worth the cost.
We have very limited time now. In 1 minute, I want you to talk to people of your constituency once again, what they should expect in 1 minute.
Well, like never before, they're going to have accountability. Accountability is that judicious expenditure of what's supposed to be to them. Then they are going to enjoy availability of their federal representative like never before. We are going to attend to the things that really, really matter, and particularly for the youths. I'm saying categorically that like never before, we are going to have new competitions that will engage our sporting youths. It is very, very important. We have 3 stadia. The 3 stadia in Ibadan are in my constituency. We have
So you are looking at sport?
I'm looking at sport.
Now,
I'm looking at empowerment beyond just distributing, hairdressing machine and clippers and generator and Okada. No. There are a lot of empowerments that can come in as competitions that will encourage the youths, and they will look up to getting medals. To look at what happened at the Commonwealth Games. I was almost moved to.
You are referring to Tobi Amusan.
And Tobi Amusan, how he won gold and and broke the world record just kept breaking record. You understand? But we need to bring a
She
lot of.
broke a record twice in a day. That was the
So
first
we
record
need
she
to
broke.
raise more youths. More youth in. There are a lot of sports and games that we have not really exposed our youth to, and I think that's one areas we have to really
want to
look
focus
onto. And I'm thinking of some other competitions I don't want to disclose now that will also complement that and keep some of these youth busy, because they can't all work in the office, they can't all go to school, except we are deceiving ourselves.
Thank
But
you.
we must engage them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ojasope. Thank you for coming on the show. We at Spicy Radio can only wish you all the best in your political career. We can only wish you all the best in your political ambition. And then we hope that someday Nigeria would be better again. Nigerians, people all over the world, thank you for joining us on Fix Nigeria today. My name is Abimbola Adebayo, and I leave you with a song from Shehu Idowu, and he calls it Politicians, God will not vote. Go and campaign.
Fast and pray and pray and pray. God will do election. If you preach and go to church and mosque, God will do election. If you fast and pray and pray, God will do election.
Enjoy at least.
Wish and talk, criticize and analyze, God